Hi, everybody. My name is Jason Klein. I'm the director of P20 initiatives at Northern Illinois University, and we're pleased to bring you this year's Fall 2020 P20 Network. Unfortunately, like the Spring P20 Network meeting, we're unable to be in person due to the pandemic, but we're very excited about the presentations we have today on this YouTube playlist in all three of our areas of focus: research and data, college and career readiness, which includes instructional improvement and high quality instruction, and of course, equity. We're very lucky to help us kick off today. We've got a very special guest and someone who is spending a significant amount of her time in recent years really thinking about not only what the P20 network is all about, but what networks themselves can offer people in areas regionally and beyond. So Rena, would you like to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Yes, thank you. Hi, everyone. My name is Rena Cotsones. I am Chief Engagement Officer for NIU, and in that role, I lead our Division of Outreach Engagement and Regional Development, and we are very proud that the Illinois P20 Network is part of our division. I have spent my career collaborating with lots of different groups, and I know we all love to talk about our dissertation, so I would like to tell you a little bit about what I learned about collaboration when I wrote my dissertation. There are 4 elements. The first is shared vision. And I know that this is something that the P20 network has, and all of you are together because you want what's best for your students, you want what's best for your communities. So you're working around this shared vision that is very powerful. And I'm so excited to learn what it is that will be the outcome of this meeting. And we're very proud of the outcomes that you have been able to realize and really make happen over the past several years that the P20 network has been in operation. Second element of collaboration is leadership. And nothing really works unless the leaders are committed to it. So you are the leaders of your districts. You're the leaders in education throughout our state. And so having you at the table means that collaboration really does have a great opportunity to succeed. The other aspect of collaboration that makes for success is resources. Now, we know that resources are very difficult. We're in challenging times. I don't know really when we could say we're not in challenging times, but one of the things that we find in collaboration, and I hope that you're all finding in your network, is that there are resources available within your networks. Maybe you don't have everything that you need, but it exists somewhere else. So as you are building relationships across this network, you're finding ways to help one another share resources, build new resources, develop new resources. So those resources are an important part of collaboration. And then finally, the last one is functional communication vehicles, communication streams. And that is the network that you've got. And really, it's kind of a series of overlapping networks, right? So your involvement in the Illinois P20 network is so important and I think so powerful for all of those aspects of collaboration. And we're just very glad to have you a part of it. NIU is very pleased to be a part of it and to have Jason as the leader. And very excited about what you will be doing at your meeting.
Well, there's a lot for us to think about in terms of that definition of collaboration. And I really appreciate you sharing that. We do all like to talk about our dissertations, and that one was very, very useful for us in the field. So I appreciate that. So the engagement networks, you've done a lot of work and you continue to lead right now on some major initiatives internally within Northern Illinois University around engagement networks. The P20 network is obviously desires to be and is an engagement network. Can you talk more about engagement networks broadly? And hopefully we can reflect as you talk about that on where we go as a P20 network, not only at this time with the needs that we all face now, as you just described, particularly with resources, but moving forward as well.
Sure. Really, it was in part the success of the P20 network that led us to think about that at the university for other areas. So P20 network brings together all kinds of people who care about education. And so we thought at the university, there are a number of other topic areas where we could benefit from bringing people together. NIU faculty, community stakeholders, NIU staff who are engaged with communities throughout the state on a number of different topics. For example, arts and culture, where we have the dean of our College of Visual and Performing Arts and the general manager of our national public radio station working together to try and elevate messages that are coming out about arts around the region, so that everybody benefits from working together, sharing information, sharing resources, and we can do a better job of serving the arts and culture aspirations and needs of our region. We're doing that also in areas around nonprofits and NGOs. We're also looking at workforce development. And there's one more that I'm not thinking of right now, Jason. So
is that esports?
It's right out here. Yes, thank you. Esports. And esports might seem kind of like, this one thing is not like the others, but we've learned that esports are very important to students. It is something that our students are looking at as they're considering even coming to the university. And we now have varsity esports. It is a Mid-American Conference sport. So esports has become very important, and there is a research agenda around esports, and there is an academic program around esports. It is a wonderful opportunity for students in their careers. So it's not just about playing video games, which is a lot of fun and students enjoy, but there are many things that go around it. So our public engagement networks are bringing people together so that we are leveraging everything that we know about these topics, leveraging the relationships that we have. And again, the ultimate goal in all of this is serving our region well. I did not mention as we're going along, but I think that it would be something of interest to the Illinois P20 network members to know that our public engagement network that is focused on P20 is chaired by you and Lori Ellis Piper, the Dean of the College of Education. And just a great indication of the close relationship and how we work together. And as we know, networks, just like ecosystems, they exist, right? You don't create them. It's something that exists. And we're naming it and kind of embracing it and saying, how do we maximize this? So I think that's what Illinois P20 Network is about, as well as all of the other networks that we're naming and trying to kind of manage. But it is something that exists that we want to put some definition around and do a better job of making sure that everybody's got opportunities to participate and that we're maximizing all the resources within the network.
Well, exactly. As you were saying that, I mean, I was going back to your definition of collaboration from your dissertation and thinking about just the conversations that Dr. Ellis Piper and I have had this week and will continue to have literally today are about, she has brought things to me and I am bringing things to her. And we're not the only two that involved in those. Those are because they're coming from other places in the network, and we don't own those. We're hoping, I think we both hope to just facilitate those conversations and moving them forward. In some ways, one of the things I've learned in my 13 months in this role is that a large part of my job is playing a matchmaker with some real specificity on trying to make those matches. And oh, yeah, I know someone who can help you with that. This school district or this community college here is doing that work. Let's see if we can have a meeting around that and get you in touch, and then stuff can spread. And the resources, as you said earlier in this conversation, and again just now, oftentimes that is the place where this really comes to bear.
Yeah, please. Is that often it kind of just becomes natural in our conversations to be like, oh my gosh, if only we had the money for this, if only we had more resources. And, we can kind of vent with your friends and spend a couple minutes like, but then you have to look around and say, well, where are the resources? And most of the time, most of the time, the resources are there, but they're just not immediately accessible to you. They are accessible to you outside of your immediate, sphere, and it is within the networks. And people are willing to share expertise, other types of resources. And that's what's so powerful about a network, is that there are people who have resources and are willing to share because of the relationship that you've built.
Exactly. Just the other day on our Career Pathways user group, one of the things that became apparent is there are a lot of individual organizations that are doing some really great videos interviewing people in different occupations. And there's a post-it sitting right in front of me that we'll be starting to act on today, is to start on an ongoing basis collecting up those links and making those resources available across organizations so that my students can benefit from this school district that has a hospital right inside the school district's boundaries and has great relationships with them. And we don't have that. But we've got some great connections with this farm supply company, and we're learning all about what goes into the biochemistry of seeds and so forth. And so by sharing those, we're going to be able to, as a community, as a P20 network, offer more to more students with really no additional cost other than a little bit of time of sharing that. So these are great points. And again, that definition of collaboration, I think that can help fuel additional conversations within how we run the P20 network, but also within how we act as a P20 network. So with that, what would your hopes be, not only at a time like this where people are learning in all different kinds of environments that are unusual compared to what we've traditionally learned in, but moving forward for the Illinois P20 network and its member organizations?
I hope that you will continue to find reasons to work together. I think that the alignment of your goals, your individual district goals, your individual goals as professionals, we all, of course, care about our children. So what you do is so deeply important. There's nothing more important than educating the next generation. We all have the same goals for our region to make sure that it's a great place to live, work, learn, play. We want to keep people in Illinois. We don't want brain drain to other states. And so my hope would be just that you would continue to find value in working together, that you would continue to figure out ways to really make progress. And we know that there are so many different things to do that we don't have time to waste. So I'm really impressed with how the P20 network works, where you come together, you talk about something, and you're really looking toward action and making something happen and creating outcomes. And so that would be my hope for you, that you continue to find that value, you continue to find value and joy in working together for a common purpose. And I'm just very happy that NIU can be part of making all that happen.
Treat. I could have sat and talked to you all day, but you've got busy places to be, and we've got other presentations for folks to watch. Thank you again for joining us.
It's my pleasure, and best wishes to all of you for a great meeting.
Thank you.